Welcome back, subscribers, and welcome new viewers. And I want to thank each and every one of you who have subscribed, who like and share my videos, because that helps my whole channel to circulate to more and more individuals who are in need of this information just like you. And a special thanks goes out to Leslie for making this video recording available to not just her, but to all of you who have North Node in the first house, South Node in the seventh house. And I'm reading from Karmic Astrology book by Martin Schulman, which is out of print. Any of you who would like this book, or you would like a private reading and my private readings booking list, or you want to know more about my book that I just recently made available last October 2022, then send me an email at thecreativewoman369@gmail.com. And I always love hearing comments, questions, anything. Send me an email, leave me a comment below, and all my information is in the drop-down box below this video and all of my videos. Okay, so all of you who have your North Node in the first house, South Node in the seventh house. This individual is here to go through experiences which challenge the self. In former incarnations, he fell into the trap of depending upon undependable people. Spending too much time trying to help others understand themselves, he never stopped to reflect on how their same situations and circumstances played an important role in his own identity. And I want to stop for a moment and say, don't feel bad about any of what you're going to hear about. This is the program that you were given at birth that was put into your subconscious. And so each and every one of us, we are going to do our South Nodes. Exactly what this says. And it's going to be according to our natal wheel, the house position, and the zodiac sign. Okay. As a result of putting the accent outside the self, it now becomes difficult for him to see who he really is. This is particularly strong if Neptune is found near the ascendant. These nodes indicate past incarnations in which the individual submerged his identity in the affairs of others. Marriage and partnerships are so deeply rooted in his way of doing things that his quest of self is constantly viewed through other people's eyes. And that has to do, or is because, if you don't already know, your South Node being in the seventh house has to do with others. All other types of relationships, including marriage, friendships, familyships, strangers. So that's why they were talking about others first. It's the partnership house. He therefore allows their own thoughts and opinions of him to influence his own sense of identity. Ultimately, he must come out of the bondage of trying to be all things to all people, and in the light of his own singular vibration, establish who he really is. He must escape from living in the shadow of other people's lives. His soul memories of cooperation and teamwork are so strong that every time he falls back on them, he actually extinguishes himself in the causes of others. His first house North Node now brings to him the awareness that somehow he has lost his identity. Submerged in the desire to please, He has made himself a reflection of an ideal peculiarly opposite to his own basic nature. This causes him much current life pain as he desires to come out of himself while at the same time not inflict hurt upon those near him. He must ultimately learn how to assume gracefully the role of leadership. This is extremely difficult because he has had so much prior life experience in being submissive. He has sacrificed himself so that others could achieve their goals. All of his important experiences revolved around docile acquiescence. Now, the highest growth potential is to establish a sense of self without shutting off completely the benefits of marriage and partnerships. Too often, when he becomes aware of all he has sacrificed through his South Node, he becomes an extremist, feeling that one state of his existence inhibits the other. He starts focusing every part of the life energy around the desire to lead rather than to be led. Through an instinctive knowledge that his Achilles heel or weak spot is in the ways that he can allow himself to be put into the position of being taken advantage of in marriage, he develops the tendency to become too over assertive. And again, don't feel bad. You will do this, and you will probably even remember times when you have done this, or maybe you're currently doing that. Don't feel bad. Again, you didn't know. This was in your subconscious. You were automatically going to do this. But now, you are bringing this out into your conscious awareness, which is your freedom, which is your using your ability to choose now. Consciously choose to do. You can continue doing this or not. It is now your full will and choice, consciously. That's why it is so awesome that you are listening to your nodes of the moon, or at least part of them right now, because you're bringing that out into your conscious awareness, giving you yourself a choice to go beyond this blockage. Awesome, awesome. Good for you. Because it's not easy. It's not easy for any of us. But this is each and every one of our personal work in this life, to work through our nodes of the moon, zodiac sign and house placement sign. So again, good for you. He tries too hard to make up for what he feels he has lost. To achieve happiness in the current life, he must learn how to balance equally his own needs with those around him. He must deliberately try not to rush his own growth and independence, with the understanding that the most beautiful flower takes time to blossom, while only the weed grows quickly. The sign which contains the South Node indicates the ways in which the individual during former incarnations submerged himself in others. The sign which contains the North Node shows the ways in which he can now establish his own sense of identity. Outstanding. And again, if you would like a copy of this, send me an email. And one last thing that I'm being called to say is that our South Node is what we are called to work through. And then the North Node is the automatic blessing that we will all receive by completely working through our South Node properly. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and until next time.